Hi all. So we're going to talk about the most common questions from the Pythagorean theorem homework. So 6.3, we're looking at number 15 and 33. And we'll start with 15 and then 33 is on the back. So 15 asks you to find the area of this triangle. And it gives you the instruction to first use the Pythagorean theorem to find the height A. So if I'm looking at the height, that's in the right triangle, that's 8 by 12, like this. Oh, that looks a lot like a 9. And so when I use the Pythagorean theorem, this is equal to C, and that would be equal to B. So make sure that you've applied the Pythagorean theorem to the right numbers. So then you end up with A squared plus 8 squared is equal to 12 squared. As I said, you can use the calculator for this, but you do need to show all your work. So that means that A squared plus 64 is equal to 144. Make sure you're following your order of operations. Then we subtract 64 from both sides, and we end up with A squared is equal to 80. When we take the square root of that, I know it's going to be pretty close to 9 because 80 is really close to 81. And this is where you use your calculator and you say that, oh, yep, it's 8.9. So that tells us that the height of our triangle here is 8.9. So I'm going to erase this really quick. Obviously, don't erase your own work. I'm just trying to make space for us. So now we're interested in the area of this black triangle here, which is 1/2 base times height. That's our formula. As we said, we just found out that the height is 8.9. The base here is 16. So I'm thinking some of you had an issue with that. Like you put in 8. So that's 1/2 times 16 times 8.9, which again, as I say, show your work here, but you could obviously use your calculator for that. And you end up with 71.2. And since there are no units in this problem, I am just fine with you leaving it without that, like so. All right, so for 33, we had the word problem. We had the state of Colorado, and it says it is shaped approximately like a rectangle. To the nearest mile, what is the distance between the opposite corners? So right now this feels like, why is this a Pythagorean theorem problem? Well, I'm going to draw in the distance that we're trying to find here, and now we are looking at a right triangle. And we can say, oh, well, this distance is then C. It's the hypotenuse, where one side of the right triangle is 276 miles, and the other one is 387 miles. So again, very helpful to have a calculator for this homework. We end up with 387 squared plus 276 squared is equal to C squared, and I'll leave that calculator work and solving for you. But you should end up with that distance C is approximately equal to, it says it rounds to the nearest mile, so that's the nearest whole number, which would be 475, and this does have a unit, which would be miles. Let me know if you have any questions, put in your votes if you're stuck on anything else, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.